Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the World of Tanks console Commanders mode. This game mode is currently being tested and it's only available to a certain group of players. The Commanders mode is a one-on-one real-time strategy battle, and it's played as an encounter battle on Hidden Village. Each player is given 9 tanks, 3 tank destroyers, 3 heavy tanks, 2 mediums, and a light tank. This was my first battle in the mode, and so I wasn't quite sure what to expect here. So a big part of this video is just going to be seeing what not to do. Just trying to position all my tanks around the encounter base. You'll see here I'm individually selecting each unit and then sending them to a location. That's good once you get your tanks moving, but I didn't realize that you can actually select all tanks of the same type by simply double-clicking A, which is really useful if you're doing a simple dispersion to keep all the tanks of the same type in relatively the same area. I completely forgot about my light tank and did not deploy him. That light tank should have been up in the middle with the other 2 medium tanks. A bad mistake to make, but I was just caught up in the excitement. Now this is where having that light tank in battle would have made a big difference. If I had stacked him with my medium tanks, I would have made a lot better progress over there without taking as much damage. And just such an incredible fail to forget about him back there. My medium tank has spotted out a couple of the enemy's tanks, which are overwatching the tank destroyers. You wouldn't think it would be a good strategy to leave your tank destroyers out in the open like that, but I'm taking some heavy damage here and making very little progress on those Scorpion Gs, and a lot of that just has to do with some of the inefficiencies of my commanding this game. My opponent has managed to hold on to all 3 heavy tanks until the late game, and that much armor and hit points is going to be difficult to beat. But he's sending them to the center of the map, instead of just trying to take out my isolated tanks one at a time. I've got a decent dispersion to handle these enemies though, shooting at them from 3 different directions, but I do wish that my Scorpion G wasn't in the center of it all though. I have noticed that the IS-3s are ridiculously tough to fight. They really take a long time to wear down, so keep that in mind to have yours absorb a lot of fire, and to not get too overconfident about your ability to take them on in the late game. This late game's worked out decently well for me, but the enemy still has a hit point advantage and manages to hit my IS-3 before he can make it to cover. Now all I have is the light tank to command, so I'm going to try and do a super flank on this IS-3. Just like a regular World of Tanks battle, these kind of maneuvers take you out of the action for a while, so I'll speed this up. By clicking down on the right stick, you can get a different camera angle, which will give you an idea on what your tanks can actually see from their vantage point. Now, following the regular World of Tanks mechanics, my light tank is outspotting the IS-3 and giving me some good sniping opportunities. I should have clued in here what the IS-3 was doing and that it would spot out my light tank. I should have ran away and done the same strategy from a different position, but I didn't, and that left my light tank exposed to the IS-3. Only a 3% hit points difference there. An unfortunate loss, but I was satisfied for a first game. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For the first game I played in this mode, I got 25 points towards the current earn-op and a Commander's Recon medal. From the team tab, you can see your whole performance under the commander, and then it gives the normal stats for each of your tanks. And you can check the same thing on the other team, so you can see where you may have gone wrong with your strategies by seeing which tanks weren't active enough. I sent a good game message to Chaos510, who said it was also his first Commander's Mode battle. Now here's the controller layout for the Commander's game mode, and these are the tips that they give before battle. Well, that's all for my first Commander's Mode battle. I am having a lot of fun with this game mode. That was only my first battle, and so I did make quite a few mistakes, but as I'm getting more familiar with the controls, it's getting easier and more fun. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.